What's happening, YouTube? I just thought I'd just put my 2 cents into this ongoing situation or debate regards to domestic violence and the issue with Ray Rice and situations like that. And there's just one thing that really bothers me, and has been bothering me for years, is this ongoing notion that under no circumstances should a man hit a woman. Now, I just want to just get one thing perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. There is no circumstance where I can justify anybody resorting to violence against another person. I can't justify it on the basis that you have, or an individual has resorted to physical violence. You can't justify that. So I just don't want to make that perfectly clear. I just want to make that perfectly clear in that particular situation. You can't justify it. Now, if you choose to resort to physical violence, then that's something that you, as an individual, have made that personal choice. And this is where the crux of my video comes in, because I just wanted to just get some clarity and have an understanding as to this specific notion that says or states that under no circumstances should a man hit a woman. Now, irrespective of whatever our beliefs are, because some of us might agree with the statement as it is, or some of us might disagree with the statement. I'm one of those individuals that disagrees with the statement, and for one simple reason. You cannot have a blanket statement that states that under no circumstances that a man cannot hit a woman. Under no circumstances you can't, because the justification or the basis, I should say, on that particular statement has no areas whereby you could make a case whereby you chose to resort to physical violence against, as a man, you chose to resort to physical violence against a woman. There are some circumstances that would apply. And to basically make the statement as it is, it just seems troubling and worrying for me. And I'm speaking from a male perspective. Obviously, in terms of female perspective, that's not something that I can evaluate, because, or in that particular regard, because it's not something I can I can go into reserves of juncture to go, oh yeah, I can see it from a female perspective. The one thing I would say in terms of that particular statement is that it just seems a bit, there's a massive imbalance, because I've never heard anybody say under no circumstances should a woman hit a man. I've never heard that. I mean, I've heard statements where individuals who have stated that a man shouldn't hit a man or a woman, and a woman shouldn't hit a man. I've heard that. But I've never heard the statement as stated, under no circumstances should a woman hit a man. And I've always been troubled about that, because if a man, or if the circumstance, or in terms of the statement states that a man can't hit a woman under no circumstances, then shouldn't it apply the other way around? Shouldn't it? I mean, logically, it should. I mean, I can't find a justification whereby you can have a statement like that under no circumstances, but it applies to men, but it doesn't apply to women. Now, again, I just want to advocate that I don't condone any form of physical violence from one person to another. I can't. You can't condone that. But one thing I would say is every single circumstance is different. Not every 2 circumstances are the same. And I just think that one of the flaws that we have as human beings, or in this world, is that we've lost the ability to actually rationalize and think about things in a clear, concise manner. I think we've lost that ability. Some people still have that ability, but choose to not use it. Maybe because of their own personal gain, or probably or loss in some circumstances. They might lose something because if they actually told the truth and told the true feelings. But I'm just one of these individuals that I'd rather think about a situation and have the full facts about a situation before I actually make judgment. And I don't think that in this particular circumstance, in terms of the Ray Rice, I don't think that the judgment has been exercised based on the fact that it's just been a video evidence which everybody or most people would have seen and basically made a judgment of that without actually having a full evaluation of what the circumstances are. And again, for the third time, I just make it perfectly clear. Again, you can't justify using physical violence. You can't justify it because at the end of the day, it is a personal choice. But to make the statement, and again, the crux of my video is specifically on that statement, that under no circumstances should a man hit a woman, I think that statement is flawed. Because there are circumstances whereby, there is a rationale to prevent physical violence imparted on you by another person. And sometimes you get into situations where you don't have any choice but to resort to physical violence. You're put in a situation where there is no other option. If a woman's physically assaulting a man, what is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to just stand there and take it and get brutalized and, concussed or murdered? What is he supposed to do? I mean, I can't understand how you can have that justification or have that statement without having any form of rationale or thinking just to make a blanket statement like that under no circumstances. I don't agree with that because there are circumstances where you may not have a choice as a man to resort to physical force. And you can deem it anyhow you feel like, whether that's in terms of your own particular explanation, whether you deem that is physical violence or not. But just something I just wanted to throw out there. And, I don't like the statement. It troubles me. And I think a lot of men are not thinking about the consequences of having a statement like that and running with that. Under no circumstances should a man hit a woman. I think a lot of men really need to think about that statement very, very carefully, because the ramifications in the long run would be detrimental to you as an individual if it is not questioned or challenged appropriately. Thanks. What do you guys think anyway? Let me know. Cheers.